AD, first, just about your foot and your health in general. How did you feel tonight versus the previous couple games, and kind of what's your expectation as you continue to manage it for the final 3 games?
A little more sore than normal tonight. Swelled up a little bit tonight in the course of the game. It is what it is. As far as the final 3, I don't know. Not sure yet.
Depending on those games, right, you'll finish somewhere around 40 games played, and we've been over this at times throughout the season, the disappointment in not being out there for your teammates, AD. But how much does that factor in when you just think about this whole season and the disappointment now of officially being out of the play-ins?
Just like I said the other night, it's disappointing that we haven't had a chance to have our full team. You know, whether it's myself out, LB out, other guys. It's the most disappointing thing, you know. Not sure how good we could have been, but myself personally, 2 unfortunate injuries that kept me out for a while. That's a significant part of the season, and you know, as one of the leaders on the team, you know, especially on the defensive end of the floor, you know, where guys need me the most, wasn't able to be out there. Sucks for me, sucks for our team, organization. But, got to recap now and see what's next.
AD, what did you envision with this group? I mean, health, of course, but like, what did you envision when you guys hit the floor at the start of training camp with 6 Hall of Famers, you, LeBron, Russ? I mean, there's just so much, the talent, so much, such pedigree. When you kind of imagine what that was like, contrasted to now, I don't know, how do those 2 things kind of reconcile? If you can take the injuries out of it, which I know is a huge piece of it.
You can't take the injuries out, but championship. When we first put the team together, first coming to training camp, everyone's healthy. I think maybe TA probably wasn't the only one. Was the only one, but you know, our goal was to win the championship. I feel like we had the pieces, but injuries, got in the way of that, and that was the difference in our season. I think even though we lost games where all of us was on the floor, me, Bron, Russ, I think we were 3 great players, but we would have, figured it out. If we lost more minutes together, but we weren't able to do that, which makes it tough, to be able to compete for a championship. When your 3 best players haven't logged enough minutes together. So it's unfortunate, but like I said, we gotta recap and figure out what rest of the season looks like, and then what the summer going to next year look like.
The terminology we hear from Rob when we talk about this franchise is that both you and LeBron are stakeholders alongside him when it comes to personnel moves. And the reporting that we've heard is that you and LeBron were also involved in the construction of this team. And the team injuries took the chance for us to see what it would look like. So, because you had faith in putting it together in the first place, do you want to see it play out further? And is there any wisdom in staying kind of with the core that's in place and trying to buy some patience and hope for health?
A lot of our guys, I think besides maybe 4 or 5, are on 1-year deals. So that's a personal choice for those guys. Like I said, when we put this team together, we had championship aspirations, and once again, injuries got in the way of that. But I think you would love to see, I think the world would love to see, we would love to see what this team could be if we were healthy for the full 82. Now, if that repeats next year, we had the same team, who knows? Like I said, we got to recap this season, what worked, what didn't work, and and go from there. You know, but I truly think that we could have done something special. You know, Brian and myself, you know, mainly me, were healthy for the entire season.
AD, a couple years ago, you were on a team where the goal was to never lose consecutive games. You guys, in the playoffs, made that run where you didn't lose consecutive games. This year's team, I know you guys, especially after All-Star break, had a lot of trouble getting healthy, but is there some character component, mental component that this team lacked in being able to win some of these must-win games that you guys described yourselves?
That championship team, the guys were healthy. We had our closing lineups, we had our starting lineups. And we had more this year. We had more starting lineup than we have wins. So, you know, we can't. You know, I don't know. I think that's like I know it's repetitive, but the health thing is the most important. Like we try not to lose back-to-back games. That's been kind of like our mantra the entire time I've been here. But when you're not healthy and guys who are not starters or not used to starting starts, or guys who used to playing 15 minutes play 30 minutes, like the mindset is different. When you have a full team, sometimes you don't play with certain guys. You don't have that chemistry, and now you're playing with them, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and you're trying to build that chemistry in game, especially late in the season where you don't get as much practice time. So, you never want to lose back-to-back games. That's kind of been our thing, but health kind of got in the way of that.
AD, you got traded here 3 years ago, and you won a title that first year. We've kind of talked about, and then it's been a lot of disappointment since then. I'm just curious, personally, for you, how are you feeling right now? Is it angry? Is it disappointed? What are kind of the emotions that you're going through, knowing kind of the high you were able to experience here, and sort of 2 years now unable to kind of recapture it?
Anger, disappointment, knowing what it takes to get to that championship level, and the last 2 years we haven't been able to do that. Last 2 seasons, rather, we haven't been able to do that. Mainly me being off the floor. So before I never point the finger at anybody, but I always look at myself and what can I have done to help the team. So when this season's all over, I reevaluate myself every season, even after we won, and just see what I can do to help the team. Championship year to repeat, and then the years that like last year to get back to that level. But I mean, haven't had the time to really process it all, to be honest. Disappointment for sure, especially with the team that we had. Like I said, we really felt like we could have done something special.
Last question, gentleman in the back.
AD, I know there's a lot going into this game of, with the importance of trying to win and get into the play-in tournament, but especially against the Suns, the storyline last year is if you were playing, then you could have beat the Suns in the first round, but then going into this game, how important was it to get this win against the Suns and prevent them from getting the 63 wins? How much did that motivate you?
I didn't even know that they had an opportunity to get 63 wins. We was more focused on ourselves and getting the win to keep our playoff chances and play-in tournament chances alive, and not trying to stop them from getting 63 wins. Congrats to them for doing that, but our focus was trying to just get the win to keep our season going. Not preventing them from getting 63 wins.
Thanks, Eddie.
Obviously, Brez, I'll start with you. Nobody in the Lake organization is going to be excited, but it's going to be a long off season, a lot of decisions to be